Hello. I know it's been a while, but we are back with
Love Without Limits. This is our truth.
we recorded early last week. I don't even know. We recorded just cocktails and conversations last week. We didn't even record a video last week. So it seems like a long time because I think we recorded that on Wednesday. So we are back, and this time we're with cocktails and conversation. We're just having kind of general conversation, but this time we are picking up from where we left off at with our story the week before last. So hopefully you guys have stayed with us. Y'all have watched the last video and you caught up. If not, binge watch it like some of our friends and family tell us that they do. They say they binge watch it and they watch it like they're watching a movie. I've had some family who's like, I don't talk to nobody. When this come on, I'll just sit there and I watch it. I put it on in my car and I just listen. So hopefully everybody's caught up. If not, binge watch it. The videos are on his page. They're on my page. And then I think there's like a link to like YouTube, but all of them are not on on YouTube.
Load a YouTube link to my Instagram profile to where you can just go in and watch from A to Z. Start from the beginning and go all the way to the end.
And so my sister-in-law told me I need to start telling everybody what I'm drinking. I don't drink every day, but on Fridays I generally come home and have a cocktail. So this is just what did you get me?
Sangria margarita.
Sangria margarita, and it wasn't strong enough, so I added a little bit of liquor to it, and I put some lime in it. And he doing his regular. He got a shot in his beer. I'm gonna start making my drinks from scratch because most people who know me know I love to make drinks. So I'm gonna start making my drinks like my own concoctions because I love to do that. I'm gonna start making them like on video before we record. I'm gonna start making them so y'all can see what I'm drinking if y'all care. But anyway, so last video we left off at kind of the whole situation with what had happened in Cleveland and us coming back and the whole betrayal and all that good stuff. And I just want to touch on, when it comes to that, I just want to touch on a little bit of how I was able to move forward. It wasn't that it wasn't that I wasn't hurting or that I wasn't, whatever the case may be. I just had made a decision. I am of the frame of mind, and it could be, I could be simplifying it, but I am of the frame of mind that when all you gotta do is make a choice. We all have choices. Like I always say, like that little dash between the day you were born and the day you die, that's all about choices. And I just feel like, as simple as it may seem, just the way you choose to go to work and you choose to be nice to a coworker you can't stand, or you choose to be respectful to a boss you don't like, or you choose to hold your tongue with a stranger, is the way I chose to do all those things with him. It's the way I chose to say, I want to stand this. And I know I'm simplifying it, but I'm just saying there's the power of choice. If we can give our best to people outside of our house, our co-workers, our bosses, we can do that fake laugh at work. We can look at people's pictures in their phone of their family we don't care to look at. The way we can give our best to people who we don't even know and don't particularly care about. I just made the choice that I wanted to try to give that best to the people inside of my house and the people that was in my life. And by doing that, I had to pull up my big girl panties. I had to take responsibility for some of the things that I had done that had put us in that position. And to me, once you really sit down and think about your responsibility, then things become a little bit clearer. Some people don't have responsibility. Some people, some is just done to them, it's just done. But once you kind of think about your level of responsibility, things become a little bit clearer. And then frankly, you just feel like this shit ain't over. It ain't over. I ain't ready to give up on it. I don't care what's gonna happen. And it was a little bit of both.
I think for me, just like she said, what you said, accepting responsibility for the part that you took, for the part that you played, and where we ended up and where we are now. I mean, that's just a big part of the whole thing. my whole thing was I just felt like where we were staying, it was just a toxic situation, and I needed to get away. So I don't know. I mean, when the whole thing came up about us moving again, I was all for it. And when we did move, we had family, so it'll make it just a smooth transition to where we came. We moved to Florida. My brother-in-law Alan and his wife Sarita, it was such a smooth transition. I mean, we moved down here. I left some things back in Ohio. We brought some things with us. We got the truck. Well, let's say smooth, because when we were supposed to move, the car that we had, something happened with the ignition. And I was at work. Terrell had a guy come over and fix it. When I got home from work, we were supposed to leave the next morning. He didn't do the job that he was supposed to do, so we had to wait. Instead of leaving like 6 o'clock in the morning, as I always like to do, we ended up like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Long story short, we get on the road. She driving one car, I'm driving another car. They packed to the max. We end up stopping over in South Carolina. Somewhere, because we needed to rest. We had my baby in the car, so we pulled over. We took a rest. Got up the next day, came on into Florida. My brother-in-law was here. He met us with open arms. It was just smooth. But like I said, for me personally, Cleveland was just toxic for me at that point. And I needed a change. I needed a different scene. I needed some different people around me. And since I made that move, everything has just been nice. It's been smooth. I mean, the people that we've added to our life since we got here in Florida, I think it's just been a big transition into where we are now.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say Cleveland was toxic. I don't know if I would say that.
I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying for me.
Yeah,
I mean, I dealt with I had a lot of issues going on in Ohio, and I needed, maybe toxic is a strong word.
Would you say that you were running from those issues?
Not so much running from it, but it was constantly there. It was constantly there. Every day you wake up, there was something that you had to deal with. If you want to call it running, that's fine. I don't mind.
I'm asking you, do you feel like that's what it was?
I don't feel like, I don't know.
Stop shaking the table.
I don't know. I can't say that that I did run or if I didn't run. I just knew what I was dealing with in Ohio. I needed a different scenery. I needed a different situation.
I think that sometimes we get so caught up in comfortability and the normalcy of things that we don't realize that staying in certain situations is more heavy on us than what it has to be. And it's a lot to pick up your family and go someplace else. It's a lot. So I'm not telling anybody to do that. But I do think that sometimes that is needed if you are in a situation where year after year after year after year, you are always in a situation. You know what I'm saying? If it's always something, it's like, when we came down here, it was just like, we had my brother and my sister, but we had us. I wasn't running to nobody. He wasn't running to nobody. It was just like
we had to depend on each other.
We knew that we had to remove ourselves from a situation that we had created to get back to ourselves, to get back to our center. And sometimes that is necessary. When we moved down here, we would stand. We've never lived in an apartment. We was in Atlanta, we lived in an apartment. It was a 4-bedroom apartment. But we never lived with people. We came down here, we moved in with my brother in a 3-bedroom townhouse. They had a daughter who was living in the house, and I had my daughter. So them two was in the room, we was in the room, and my sister brother was in the room. And we did that for almost 2 years. And believe it or not, it never was like, oh my God, like tear my hair out, like, oh, they eat my food. It was never like that. It was like an abundance of too much. We was having too much food.
So smooth.
Too much this, too much that. You have the normal run-of-the-mill stuff, because you got the kids, and it was even sweet with them. My niece, she was very kind to my daughter. Like, kind is an understatement of huge shout out to the Knox family. It was just, and then once it came to time for them, they had built they had got them a condo built. A townhouse built. and they moved and we decided we were going to stay here because Cassidy literally goes to school like right out this window, like right out this gate. We could literally see the school right out this gate. She goes to school right there. So it was just perfect for us to stay here.
We won't be staying here much longer.
We pay a lot of money. It was perfect for us to stay here. I mean, it's a lot of kids in the area. Like where I'm looking at the window right now, it's a beautiful pond over here, walking area, you know, so it was just perfect for us to stay here. But I say all that to say that when we came down here, I think that's my that's her workbook, her math workbook. Okay, we had to pause it for a second because I had to get a package from the door. I bought Cassidy a new math workbook because if you follow me on Facebook, you see the struggle I've been having with this 4th grade math. So I bought her a don't laugh. I'm ready to follow my little cousin Dominique and send that shit back to the teacher and tell her, is this for me or is this for her? I hate the teachers have to teach to this test instead of just teaching to these kids. That burns me up.
We're not talking
about I know. So I had to get a package from the door. So anyway, we came down here and it was, you know, it was just a lot more, I'm not going to say it was more support. It was a different type of support. It was people who knew somewhat of our history, but they did not care because they knew my character. They knew me. They knew him. And so it was no, I'm judging you because of something you did from before. It was no, I'm judging you because of something that was said to me. And I've made a choice that I'm not going to get past it. It was none of that. It was just all love. It was all love. It was all support. And so along with Alan and Sarita, we also, we have my brother, my other brother, my sister, Yolanda and Reese, you know, they're married. And then we gained another couple and Carla and Derek. Carla was single at first for a very long time. And then she met Derek. And then we gained another couple in them. And then as we just started like gaining more and more and more and more couples who was really like, you know,
we started doing a whole lot more stuff together.
Yeah.
With married couples, people that work together. It wasn't so much she going out to do her own thing while I'm doing my own thing. That's just cause for some type of confusion any of doggone way. So I think that was a big part of it.
And then he gained legitimate. I'm sorry, I didn't cut you off. I keep doing that. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I keep doing it.
She love to talk, y'all. Go ahead.
If I sat here and did not open up my mouth for the rest of the video,
I would just have me a solo type talk video. I ain't got nothing to say right now. That's why I said you had a point that you wanted to make, so I'm trying to let you make it.
all I was going to say was he had gained people he could legitimately talk to. He had gained other men that were married, that did not care about anybody's history or what anybody had done or anybody had. All they cared about was that we were in a healthy relationship.
But I don't want to. I like what she said right there because that's true. But I don't want to discredit the people that I had in Ohio.
Absolutely.
That I had to talk to. Mm-hmm. You know, I had a good couple in Mel and Steve. I had a good couple,
for sure, yeah.
And I had a good couple in Pam and Kevin. You know, I had a good couple in my cousin.
Nisha and Alexis.
Nisha and Alexis, Jacine and Anthony.
I felt like that kind of went
even my mother
saying.
and my father. You know, I had some good couples in Ohio that gave me some good nuggets that I need, but I just needed a change. I just felt like some of the things that was going on in Ohio was kind of so much, you know, you get stuck and it's just the same, and you just need something different. So I think that's what I got when I came here.
Yeah, I felt like those couples go without saying because they kind of.
I just didn't want to discredit.
Yeah, they kind of raised us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying in a lot of ways, but I kind of feel like though when you get with different people who meet you where you are, there's no judgment. There's no I remember when. There's no that's fake because he's still. There's none of that. There's just. I know who you are right now. I know the type of person who you are right now. You can tell me what happened in your past and I can listen to it, but all I know is who I'm dealing with right now. And that was kind of for us because we had so much baggage. That was what we needed. We needed people who was like, I don't give a fuck about that. I know who I'm talking to right now. I know who I'm looking at right now. And I know that things happen because things, you know, couples who wasn't afraid to share, well, this how our stuff went down. This what happened with us. This what happened with us. This what happened with us. Where it was like, we felt like everybody was kind of on a level, playing field. Nobody was acting like they were any better than, and that helped us because we started to vacation together. At one point, he was like having conference calls with the guys, like a particular night of the week. They was all getting on the phone, talking together.
Big shout out Divine and Rhino for putting that whole little thing together.
Yeah, that's another one of my sisters, Rhino. And then me and the girls, we talk. Shit, we talk every day. We talk every day.
That's too much.
But it was just different for us to remove ourselves from, kind of from our past. Yeah.
Normal.
To pick up a new life. You know what I'm saying? To pick up a new something that breathed a new life into us and breathed a new life into our relationship. And so it was like I kind of started seeing him differently. I don't know if he started seeing me differently, but I kind of started seeing him differently. That was kind of the point where I kind of started feeling like, looking at him, I'm like, damn, he can do anything. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like, my brother be doing something, and I'd be like, just wait till Jermaine get here. Just put that to the side till Jermaine get here. Or, my mother, I need somebody to paint. I tell Jermaine, you know what I'm saying? I tell Jermaine. And then everybody else's eyes started to respect and see him the way I did. Like, I'm gonna ask your husband if he can come do such and such for me. You know what I'm saying? And then we had couples who was friend of friends who was kind of like looking at us like, damn, you know what I'm saying? Like people who was like, I want to be cool with you. And I would be like, why the hell you want to be cool with me? But that's because I sometimes get stuck on the things of old. Like, you know what I'm saying? What people would have said over the years, certain things people have said about me over the years, that sometimes I'll be like, why? But then I have to realize, like, because I'm fucking cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't pull no punches.
I'm not trying to shoot no shots right now. Trust and believe, that's not what I'm doing. But like she said, I'm cool. A couple years ago, she put this little post up on Facebook, Instagram, one of them social media things. She said, what was it saying? Why nobody wouldn't like me? I'm cool as shit.
Uh-huh.
I think it was somebody in my family said, well, what's so cool about shit? Just took the whole thing out of context, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey.
They sure did.
My wife is cool as hell. To know her is to love her. But that's just the thing. You have to get to know her, man.
But the crazy part about it is, I don't even know if that's true, because these people down here, they don't really, they didn't get to know me before. They was kind of like, I want to get to know you. I want to know more about you.
I mean, I understand that, but these people down here didn't come in with the preconceived notion that I had given them. So it was, the people around them already knew she's a pretty cool chick. Yeah. They didn't have that, damn, why she like this and why she like that. They didn't have to make that decision about what I said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true. You're right about that. They had a kind of sort of a clean slate. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they didn't know either one of us. It was just like, I'm meeting you. Damn, you cool. Like, I want to get to know you better. I want to hang out with you and da da da. And it's like, now
I'm pretty cool too, y'all. I'm just trying to let y'all know.
Yes, but he's always been the cool one out of us too. He's always
true. I'm just laid back. I'm real straight to the point. I don't have a whole lot of time for no extra garbage that goes on. You want some truth? I'm just gonna give you some truth. She tells me all the time, "You so nonchalant." I just don't have a whole lot of time to be wasting on a whole bunch of extra trash. I'm sorry. That's just me.
So we are here now in Florida. We've been here going on 4 years.
Almost 5 years now.
Almost. Because when we came to Cassie, we was in pre-K.
Yeah.
And she's in 4th grade now. So this is where we're going to be. We ain't going nowhere. Okay, this is where we're going to be. But this has been so good for us. You know what I'm saying? I can't, like I said, it is difficult to pick your family up and go someplace. But I would tell anybody, if your marriage is in crisis or on life support, try something different. If you want to keep it, and that's something different could be professional counseling. That's something different could be, getting off of social media. But that's something different could be relocating. That's something different could be putting yourself around other couples that you feel have a strong relationship. That's something different could be. So I feel like when you put yourself back, I knew when we went back to Cleveland from Atlanta, and I even told you, Rain, we was on the freeway, and as we were leaving Atlanta, driving to Cleveland, it just started getting gloomier and gloomier and gloomier. And this is real. I knew when we got there, we wasn't staying. I knew when we got there, we were not staying. It just got heavy. I didn't know why. I didn't know. It just got heavy.
She used to walk where we stayed at in Atlanta. She used to walk pretty much every day, every other day outside. Beautiful scenery, it was nice, it was clean, the air was fresh. When we got back to Ohio, we still was trying to be on this whole workout thing. But the walking where we were staying, I'll just say that, because there are some beautiful, there is some beautiful places that is in Ohio.
We would stand between Kinsman and Glendale.
Wasn't the best of situations, just say that. I mean, a beautiful house that we stayed in, but the neighborhood that we stayed in. I
was just like, this can't be life. And then I ended up doing an interview for a company down here. Found out somebody I knew somebody that my brother knew. Their relative worked at the company, got the job, and was like, okay, we finna go ahead and make this move. There was no questions asked. The transition, family-wise was a little bit more smoother because it didn't come as a surprise to anybody like when we moved to Atlanta. So that was good. But it was just it was better for our relationship. It was that time where we had decided that our relationship takes precedence over everything. It's not about what somebody's going to say. It's not about what somebody's going to think. It's not about any of that. Our relationship has to take precedence over everything because we were so much at a crucial moment because of what had took place prior to us leaving, that if we didn't do something critical, who knows what would have happened. You know what I'm saying?
It's so crazy me hearing that come out of her mouth right now, that we had to do something crucial at this stage. Mind you, we've been married at this point for what, 6, a little bit more. How long? No, we've been married for a while now.
Yeah, because we only been 18, so it was like 13 around then.
That's crazy. 13 years we've been married, and at this point, we're just now getting to the point where we're saying, you know what, this is what's supposed to happen. And
I kind of, just being transparent and honest, I kind of think for me it was because,
we were never ready.
Things had happened over all of that time. We went back and forth with things happening, and then it was like, the move for Atlanta for him was supposed to be a change, and it wasn't. The move for Cleveland for me was supposed to be that change as well. Coming back to Cleveland, I think the heaviness for me, of what happened when we got back made me say, okay, this is enough.
I think it was a heaviness on both of us.
I'm talking about from my vantage point. It made me say, because I was like, I can't even put in words how bad it was, y'all. I can't even put in words how bad this thing was. And I think the reason, and some people may feel like it wasn't that bad because maybe for them it wasn't, but when you're in a place to where, okay, things, y'all have went back and forth doing things, this whole relationship, then this one major thing happens and it gets turned back around on you. I'll never say I'm the victim. I'll never say, but literally, in this particular situation, I was not the victim, but I was the person who was done wrong. However, I was made to be the villain. Like, the villain is playing the victim, and what's she mad for? And it was at that point where I was just like, God, this cannot be life. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, how are we living like this? How are we living like this with this foolishness and shenanigans and these people? Like, that's how I felt.
My point and the reason for saying it was toxic for me in Ohio. It was so much going on. And yes, I had a hand and part in creating that whole situation. We needed to go. We needed a fresh start. We needed something new. We needed to rebuild. We needed to reconnect. We had been hurting each other for so long. It was just time. Like we said, if this is what we're going to do, we have to do something not so much dramatic, because I don't think this was dramatic.
No, it wasn't dramatic. We just had to do something different.
We just needed something different.
Something different. And we did something different. And and again, like I said, I know it's difficult to just tell people just go. But sometimes, that's what you have to do. Sometimes, I'm telling y'all, I promise y'all, when we came down here, I graduated from college. And not to say anybody up there was stopping me, but I wasn't bogged down with I never dealt with depression, but it was always and why they say this and why they say that, and then that stuff it stays with you day after day after. I came down here, I was able to focus, went to college, got my first degree, went to college, got a good job, went to college, got my second degree, and just kept moving forward. He went to a position and they just kept pushing him up and pushing him up and pushing him up and pushing him up to now he basically tell people what he gonna do and how he gonna do it and when he gonna do it. And it was different. You sit down and I always had for me in Cleveland, I always had people I could legit talk. I had Lee and I had Jay and I had Nene and I had Nisha and I had people who I could, I had my friend Carrie and I definitely got my best friend Fancy, who I could legit, if I wanted to just give them my heart, I could just pour my heart out. I don't know.
I had my Monday nights with my brothers. I have a lot of associates, but I have very few little friends. And this ain't no shot at nobody. Like I said, my brothers, them were my closest friends. And y'all see how much we post each other on social media. You know what I'm saying?
They in love with each other, y'all.
Hey, that's what you want to say.
I ain't mad.
My brothers were my closest friends when we came up. Will was the first one. That's the first nigga I can be able to go out and kick it with. Then came Twan. Well, me and Twan had a little riff-raff every once in a while, but that's still my dude. Anytime he want to go out, come on, let's kick it. You need this, I got it. Then came Ye. We moved Ye down. When Ye was living in Ohio, I moved Ye down with us in Atlanta for a full year to get on his feet, to get a new job.
And he been there ever
and
since.
Still working that same job. You know what I'm saying?
And make no mistake, if somebody, decided, hey, I want to move and get on my feet, we would do the same thing for them that was done for us.
I'm all about helping
that
you
was
excel
done for,
to the next
right,
level.
That was
I
done
can be
for
a part of that. If we can be a part of that in some type of way, I have no, but you have to come with,
a plan.
A plan. Yeah. Don't just be coming talking about, okay, well, I'm just finna lay up for a whole year. No, that ain't how that.
Right.
Although Deanye did do that, so we kind of pushed him along.
Deanye was living his best life, and let me explain something to you. I wasn't mad at him at all. Do you hear me? Because the thing about it is, when it was time for him to fly, he was able to fly. But he was like, I got my sister and my brother here for it. I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna have me a good time, and that's what he did. But he went to work every day, and he handled his business. And I ain't mad at him.
We ain't charging him no rent or nothing, do we?
I think he paid the cable bill. But I mean, shit, you ain't trying to tax nobody. You're trying to help people get to the next level. You ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to tax nobody. But nevertheless, so.
Yeah, you owe me.
But But yeah, so coming down here, it just changed everything for us. And so, you know, what I would say to any, you know, couple, not even a couple, anybody, that Cleveland can be a place because, you know where everything is, you know the system, you know, I can get this, I can get that, I can get my section over here, I can get that over there. Cleveland can be a place that can kind of keep you, any place that you are born and raised can be a place that can kind of keep you stagnant. You know, sometimes you have to take yourself out of that surroundings, or you might stay where you at, but remove yourself from the same people, so that you can fly, so that you can see just how strong you really are. And that's what happened for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say that worked for us. I mean, some people, you know, they stay in Ohio, they stay in Cleveland, and that is they stumble
or wherever they from,
and you know, they excel from wherever they from. But for us, we had to do something different.
We had to do something because it was just a mess, you know. And I wish, I'm gonna be real with you, I wish that any bad blood could be made amends
from Ohio.
I wish that. Let me explain something to you.
We're too much of a family, man.
Too much of a family, and I am never afraid to sit down and have a rational, keyword, rational conversation with anybody. I don't care what I've done to you. I don't care what you've done to me. I don't care what it is, because I think that a lot of things is misunderstandings, number one.
Yeah.
I think a lot of things is misunderstandings. I think a lot of things is just as simple as saying, I apologize because I did not know I made you feel that way. You know, a lot of things, and you could walk away and still be like, okay, but I feel like too much has happened. We can be cool. We can be cordial in the same room, but we'll never be friends. I feel like that's cool too. I feel like that's cool too.
I think it's cool, but I think, and like I said, because we've been talking about this thing for the past couple episodes. I just think everybody included. Everybody. Just take responsibility for the part that you played. If you made a mistake, if you said something wrong, if you did something wrong, own up to it. This is what I did, and let's move on.
Because let me tell you something. I am not the person, and I do not have the authority to beat you over the head with what you did wrong. Even if it was something wrong to me or something wrong to the next person, that is not who I am. I am not going to lord over you what you done wrong, because I don't have that right. Period, point blank. That's not who I am. That is not what I do. I don't have the right to hold what somebody's done wrong over anybody's head and think that I'm any better than them because of what they've done. Yeah. Because trust and believe, you may not know what I've done, but I bet you I can meet you
somewhere in there.
So, but for me, that's not what it's about. I just want, I know that family is important. Family is very important. Extended family is very important. And I know that it puts a strain on relationships when there's like all this
discord. And
so for me, family, and family relationships is bigger than how I feel about particular people. That's the way I see it. I'm not selfish enough to be like, don't invite her or don't invite him because I'm still feeling some kind of way. No, that's not how I rock. That's not who I am. Contrary to popular opinion, because people don't really know me, that's not who I am. So I think that, as time moves on, I think that it's a lesson for anybody. I just feel like we all have choices. Like, legit, if you know you did somebody fucking wrong, say that shit. And if you don't know and they come to you and tell you, just apologize. Like I had one of his relatives, and I was so grateful she did this. She came to me, it was years ago, about something that had happened years before that. And we were just in a position for her to be able to, opportunity and space. She called me up to the room and she was like, hey, I just want to tell you that this is, and me and him we lived in Atlanta. So we was married for like 12, 13 years. But what she was telling me was before we had got married. So you talking about it had to be about 13, 14 years prior. And she said to me, you know, that thing, this and that hurt me because, you know, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I appreciate you telling me to give me the opportunity to apologize to you.
Because how would you ever know that you hurt somebody's feelings if that person never even tells you? You going around, you hating me, and you got so much, I don't even know the word that I'm even trying, but you just hate. You walking around.
You got so much animosity towards me for something.
I don't even know what it's about.
So you making me accountable to something that I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you making me, like, I could feel some tension. I could come here and say, hey, I'm not sure what I did, but I'm sorry. Then you walk away still mad. She ain't say, but how am I supposed to know what to directly take accountability for if you don't tell me this what you did and this what hurt me? You know, and then when this person came and told me, I was grateful because I felt like she knew that she could trust me enough to know I wasn't gonna come out a bag on her. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. And I was so grateful to her that she gave me the opportunity to say, I'm sorry. Because guess what? Sometimes sorry helps that person
but it helps
move
you,
on.
but it also helps you too.
It helps you, but if you don't know, it's,
Yep, that's true.
you know what I'm saying? If you don't know, you just skip to my loop through life. But this person might be stuck, like, and they might be around you really kind of like, she cool, but I ain't really feeling her. And then one day you like, damn, I don't know how come such and such always kind of a little shady around me. But then one day they come and they like, this what it's been. Then you like, oh my God, now you able to have a meeting of the minds. You able to apologize and y'all able to move on knowing that, okay, I was hurt, I was emotional when I said that, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like oftentimes we judge people and be like, she like this and he like that, and I ain't going to them because they ain't going. But you don't know, because maybe God been working on their heart. You know what I'm saying? Maybe God been working on their heart and preparing them and mentoring them for that one moment, for when that person comes to them and say A, B, and C, they can say, I accept that apology and I understand.
Good point.
You know, if you in church every Sunday, you know God work on people's heart. You don't even got to be in church every Sunday to know God works on people's heart. I used to say the same prayer with his oldest daughter, mother. God, I didn't even know how to pray, but I used to always say, God, just work on her heart. Just work on her heart. Just work on her heart. And he did. And I trust him. You can't, I might not be Bible thumping around here, but I trust God. Period, point blank. I don't question him. I don't ask him why, when, where, what. If something happened, I'd be like, well, that was what he wanted. He shut that door, and I'm okay with that because he know what I need. He know the kind of person I am. He know I need to be this, I need that. And so I'll be good. I'll be good. And so God works on people's heart. And so when you trying to enter a conversation with somebody, then your prayer should be, Lord, work on their heart, because I'm going to see them on Saturday, or I'm going to see them, you know, on whatever day, or I'm going to call them, but I want you to work on their heart. So when I go to them, they can receive what I'm trying to say. And he will do that. He will do that. And so for me, it's just like, you know, conversations, whether it's with your spouse, you know, whether it's with whomever, you just want their heart to be open, to be able to receive you, no matter what you're going to them and saying, no matter what you have to go to them and have to say. You know, if you have to give them constructive criticism, because we've given each other constructive criticism, and I might walk away mad because he can't always find the right words, and I'd be like, what you mean? And he'd be like, that's not what I meant. I'd be like, well, that's what you said, you know. So, but I feel like,
I hear a little spat just before we just started this doggone little video we doing right now.
about the chicken.
About chicken, man.
Okay,
chicken.
Y'all tell me if this is spat.
And we're gonna be done after this.
Okay, y'all tell me if this is spat. So I text him from work and I said, you know, we good today? Different flavor wings and a Caesar salad. So he was like, yeah, go to the store. And so I was like, babe, I'm at work. And he was like, well, I've already had a couple of shots. And I was like, okay, but I'm at work. So I said, okay, well, I'll wait. I said, I'm tired. I don't want to go to the store.
No. That's not how that happened.
Okay.
She called me. She texted me and said, babe, you know what would be good if you made us some flavored wings and whatever kind of salad, Caesar salad for the day. I said, well, babe, you know, I'm at home. You know, I've had a couple shots. You know, I work.
That ain't what he said. That ain't come first. You said.
I said, you can go to the store.
Yeah.
And she said, well, babe, I'm at work.
Yeah.
Forget what even happened after that. This is my whole thing. I can be at work and she can be at home all day. Her and her daughter.
And my daughter.
And her daughter. I've been at work all day. And as soon as I'm getting ready to get off, because they know I'm getting ready to get off, that text come through. Can you stop and get us blase, blase, blah? Or can you do such and such and such and such? I said, babe, you've been at home all day long. Why wait till I get off work to say, can you go? So, you know, I'm just giving a little bit. I've been at work. You're on your way home. You want some chicken wings. Stop to the store. I'll gladly make them. I got no problem with that.
Okay, so when he said that, and I said, okay, I said, well.
I was already at the store by then.
I said, I don't feel like going to the store. I said, so let's just do it tomorrow.
I said, pulling up in the driveway when she said
I didn't know that. I said, it was my suggestion. It's what I wanted, and I'm okay with waiting until tomorrow. And that was it. I came home. He wasn't here. He came in. He had chicken wings.
Needless to say, we had spicy garlic wings. We had lemon pepper wings. And we had barbecue. And we had plain. We had Caesar salad. We had French fries because I ain't want no damn salad. Had me a beer. And we sitting here talking to y'all right now, laughing and joking.
Y'all let me know if I suggested it and I don't want to go to the store and I say that's okay, I'll wait. I'll go to the store tomorrow. I'll wait. I'm good.
I'm gonna put the text messages. I'm gonna screenshot all the text messages and put them in this video so y'all know how this whole thing transpired. Anybody that know this one know how this whole thing went down. Hey Carla, hey Sarita, hey, what's them other girls you in the chat with? They all know how this whole. Okay, we gonna be done right there. Hey, this has been another episode of. You don't know what it's called?
Yes, but you always say it.
Okay, but
Love Without Limits.
This
our
is
story.
See, can't even get her to get that right. This has been another episode of Love Without Limits. This is our truth.
Our truth.
I'm taking this away.
Oh, and y'all know I be wearing these hats. I don't be wearing these hats because he like hats. I be wearing these hats because my wash day is on the weekends and my scalp be real dry. By the time I come home from work and I lay around and stuff like that, it be a whole situation on top of my head. So,
but I like seeing her in baseball caps. She can dress it up and look just as good, and when she dresses it down, I like it. Yeah. Okay. We'll talk to y'all again next week. Hopefully we get to back to y'all on Wednesday with the kind of tales and conversation. Like I said, if y'all got a topic that we want.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know. Comments, DMs, calls. If y'all got our number, whatever the case may be. Hey, hit us up.
All right, y'all. That is it. We will see y'all again sometime next week.